yard haunt update. So we still have some props and animatronics that have fallen down or broke, or tombstones that busted. In the process of fixing everything, and all the animatronics that did topple over are okay. Everything works, everything's good, but minor issues, minor setback, and we're just gonna wait out the rain and wind, and once that's over with, we'll go ahead and put these back out. And also my neighbor's witch that broke yesterday, I have in the back of my truck. I'm gonna take it to work for her and weld it, so it'll be good as new tomorrow. We still have our headless horseman out here. We still have the skeleton hanging from the roof with our on for you lights. And over here we have the swamp shack. The wind kind of really did a number on this thing. Kind of blew all the stuff that I had hanging on here off. And then it made some of it look cool that actually stayed on there. So we're just gonna leave it the way it is and let nature take its course over the next couple weeks here. I'm not gonna add too much more here, but it sure does look cool. I'm gonna miss seeing this thing when it's gone. It's gonna be weird when this is like torn apart, thrown in the yard. But over here we still have the same old tombstones. We have our solar light on Leatherface and Ghostface over there, lighting those guys up a little bit. And I added a new strobe light that I got on Amazon like dirt cheap the other day, and just put it there for now. I don't really know a good place. I'm just trying to light up this weird corner, so I thought maybe it's just the floodlights I have over here aren't reaching that corner to light up some of them tombstones, so I have just lights. I really hate how I have my lighting this year. Then we have our newest addition. We have the Morris costumes, Bates Motel, Granny. This looks pretty cool. I told you I was going to get Miserable Marie a friend, and here she is. I think she looks really cool. I put her in place of the zombie. I think she looks good there. Not 100% sure if I'm going to keep her right there or move her. I don't know. But for now, she's going to stay right there, just because there's already a floodlight and I can illuminate her. But I think she looks pretty dang cool. And over here we still have our caretaker. His mouth is working. I still haven't messed with his arm. And as you can tell, I still do not have my grave digger out here. He's fine. Everything's good with him. I'm waiting on this wind that's around here yet to chill out. And then hopefully sometime this week I can put him back out. And I'm obviously going to have to use some kind of stake and, like a cinder block on him just to make sure he doesn't topple over again. Same with caretaker. I put a cinder block under him. I know last year I didn't do too many cinder blocks on things. I just used these little lawn stakes on everything, and those seemed to work, but the wind was pretty bad this weekend. So knocked all the stakes out, pulled them over, and it was a mess. But nothing broke other than a foam tombstone. So back there we have this strobe light. It doesn't look on video like it's illuminating much. But it does shine and flash kind of that whole corner. I don't know. That's the second place I've had it tonight. I'm not sure if I want to leave it there. But over here, we still have our lights doing their thing. They're still working. And then we still have our little lights here flashing on the sidewalk. don't think they got much sunlight today because they're pretty dim, but they're still cool looking. We still have our Inferno Scarecrow, and I still haven't moved this purple light. I'll eventually get to moving that thing. I want to move it down just a little bit. Tonight's newest addition, we added a green floodlight back here just to give it a little more color and obviously some light, because most nights I don't have this 12-footer on when I'm at the pro hunt, I should say. That doesn't get turned on, or if I'm not home in time, that 12-footer doesn't get turned on. It's just one of those things you got to try and remember to turn him on. And I think that looks pretty cool. Definitely adds a whole separate thing back there, and it looks really cool with the purple. On video it doesn't look so good, but in person you see green and purple back there, and it looks really cool. It definitely looks neat with the backlighting for the tombstones, because it's like purple on the front of the tombstones and then the green behind it. I think those two colors go together perfect. And we still have our Gravedigger here, and we have Miserable Marie. I was trying to get the strobe light set up on her, but I might add some like Spirit Halloween lights out here that kind of do the same short circuit lighting that the light on the Swamp Shack does. I was thinking about putting that out here, and I could put one on this Gravedigger here. I could put one on the Miserable Marie and light up over there that little dude on the ground. It just depends on how far I can get with some of those cords, because it's all one big strand from a display. Here we have Guard Zombie. Then we still have our Obelisk Tombstone. We have our Jack-o'-lantern here. Crouching Gravedigger. We have this tombstone. Got our other tombstone here. These tombstones are basically just light covers. This is all I'm using it for, just to cover up and hide my lights. And then we have our Reaper, which I'm really thinking about pulling the trigger on a friend for this guy. Yeah, I'm really thinking about getting a bigger Reaper. I found one I really like. Just debating on if I want it or something different. So we'll make that decision soon. Then we still have the big tombstone here, and our Skeleton Sacrifice. And we have the Headless Horseman. I went ahead and unplugged him, and I plugged in an extension cord so I could plug in that light there. So I could technically run a different light and put a new light over here too if I really wanted to. But then on the porch we still have our ultra posable Skelly and our Baghead character I made. Other than that, our porch is pretty empty this year. And then we have our Scarecrow just chilling back there. I was thinking about putting some animatronic on the porch. Not 100% sure what I want to do there yet, but I am liking how this is turning out. I just kind of really hate my lights this year, to be totally honest. I'm not a huge fan of how I have my lights. They look cool in certain spots, and then some of it just doesn't look right, and it's driving me nuts. But the season's almost over, and it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to run through and change it all up. I'll just know for next year how to run my cords, and we'll go from there. But it's definitely looking pretty cool with the view from the road, and definitely got to think of a way to light up Twisted Tina up there on the roof we'll figure that out next year. That's going to be a thing for next year. Now we know we can get some spotlights that are solar and throw one up there. But I'm definitely thinking a third animatronic there in the middle on the right hand side. Obviously we have our grave digger, but I'm thinking about a third one up close to the road here. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But it's definitely looking really cool. Looks good. Next year we're gonna do something totally different. Obviously, as a haunter, you have your ideas for next year pretty much planned out before this current year's over, and next year I'm gonna do something I think completely different. But we'll see. Obviously we'll always have the graveyard always stays, but I don't think I'm going to do the whole yard as a graveyard. I think I'm just gonna do that right hand side, or I guess it'd be left hand side on video over there. I think I'll probably just do that as my graveyard like I've always done in the past, and I'll probably use this side for something else, but we'll see how that goes. I do like this side though as a graveyard. This side is cool. Obviously you can utilize more down the side, you know, have a bigger side yard, but we are getting tons of attention. I mean, people are driving, I don't know, they're coming from all over the place, and then they'll park and get out and walk around and look at everything, take pictures and videos. We had some people the other day that are friends with my wife, and they drove by, and she said there was a couple carloads of people out here taking pictures and taking selfies with the characters out front. And you know, that's why we do this. That's why we're setting this stuff up, you know, for people to enjoy, not just me, you know, most of this is mostly for YouTube. I mean, let's be honest here. You guys love seeing it. I love doing videos on it. I do it every single night, and I have fun. I get to be creative. I get to, you know, have a creative outlet, and this is my creative outlet. You know, I get to be creative. I get to be crafty. I get to turn visions into reality, and have fun with it. And then, you know, obviously, you know, working at the professional haunted house has its perks. You learn a lot of things with lighting and how to hide it and how to angle it and certain things like that. And then stuff like building, you know, a facade, or, you know, adding random stuff to these facades, or how to make it look old, and, you know, just kind of has its perks working there for as long as I have. And I'm pretty grateful and fortunate to be able to be in that position, because every year I learn something new. This year I've learned a ton of stuff. Next year I'm going to learn even more. So I am pretty happy with how my 2023 yard haunt is turning out. We are far from done. Obviously I'm still looking at buying animatronics. Haven't got the leather face that I wanted from Party City. I don't even have a Party City anywhere near me to even stop and look for one, and if they have one, it's probably gone. So, but that is tonight's update. We added some new lighting, we added a new prop, and hopefully in the coming days we're gonna add probably a couple more lights to some things. We'll get some animatronics back out here and some new props, and then we will also be doing a few unboxings. I know you guys want to see some unboxings. I have some products from some companies that I am gonna unbox for you guys. Other than that, I haven't really been buying a whole lot of stuff as far as doing unboxings on. It's been a lot of small stuff. It's been a lot of lights. I know you guys don't really care to see that type of stuff, so I haven't really been doing unboxings. I've been buying a lot of masks too, because obviously I'm a mask collector. So I've been buying a lot of those. I haven't unboxed any of those, so I mean, I guess I could do some of those to show you guys. I'm about to place another huge order on a bunch of masks. But yeah, that is going to be tonight's update. So I love hearing all of the stories about your haunt builds. Keep those coming. I love seeing everyone's haunt builds coming up. And I follow. There's quite a few of you guys that I actually watch and follow. My main ones are Steve's Haunted Yard and Halloween at the Manor. I watch him. Roosevelt Hills Cemetery, I watch him. Obviously, you guys know my buddy Keith, Cobwebs and Candlesticks, and Vic Springston. They're all doing cool stuff. And yeah, I'm going to head back inside and place some orders on some stuff and edit some videos for you guys. And I will catch you guys tomorrow.